the show where we get to talk to one of my favorite people with the...
Oh, is he here?
Golden...
Me.
Chris O'Brien.
Thanks,
WGRR, one of our great sponsors. It's been a lot of fun, Chris. Yep. What's going on at your place?
Well, what we do is every Monday morning between 7 and 9, Janine and I, that's Janine Coyle, and in the morning between 7 and 9, play a great oldie. And tomorrow it is Big Girls Don't Cry by the Four Seasons. Be caller 5 when you hear it, and have the winning score at today's championship game when the His and Hers AMF Legacy C bowling balls. I've been shining this one all weekend myself. This could be one of them for you.
We're going to make sure it's still here when you leave.
Oh, really?
I've been eyeballing it. A value of $250, great prize. Listen to Chris in the morning, you might win it.
That's right.
Glen Meece starting match number 3 on the left-hand lane, and the patented whip the horse and watch him run shot. Glen Meece just tattooed the headpin into the wall.
What a great correction after leaving 2 4-9s on that left-hand lane last game. He comes out and just smokes the pins.
Well, that's exactly right, Jennifer. With a 4-9, you are a half a board away or a quarter of a mile per hour away from a strike. Glen Meece picked up on it and made a great reaction.
Solid 10 out of Charlie Standish. Of course, we do have him mic'd again this week. Always has something very interesting to say.
Yes, he does. It's a good, I'd say a lot of fun. We had some fun with him the last 2 weeks. He is our king once more, coming into this week number 10. like it only hit it flush, right?
Safe. Sometimes you just never know if you could hit an oil slick there and fall right off the edge. He actually covered it very well. For his first shot on lane 13. Gets a strike off the wall, only it wasn't a strike, leaving the 7-pin. Spare up nicely, age 30, averaging .225. Of course, he has been the king 2 times. This is his 3rd try at it. 6th TV appearance, 21 300 games. Wow.
Yeah. He's been to the well and had a healthy drink on more than one occasion, right? Well, speaking of healthy drinks, the Miller people, manufacturers of some of the finest tasting products on the planet. The Miller people have been awfully good to us, bringing good product into the area. Pepsi, of course, the other one. Fantastic sponsors. We love them. And Jeff Weiler, our 3 majors, and we watched the 4-9 trip out late. Now,
that was extremely late.
What's the difference between a 4-9 that stands and a 4-9 that goes away? You're about to see it. Keep your eyes on the left-hand side of your screen. The action's going to take place coming off the left-hand wall. Don't take your eyes off the left-hand wall. That's the 2-pin going there now. Wedges into the 4, and the 4 takes out the 9 with a little help from the right-hand side. Glen Meece likes it. 2 frames, 2 strikes for Glen Meece. It's in the area again.
It's good.
Yes.
Going light. That is his best shot because of the power that he does throw.
Absolutely. Okay, a little sigh of relief. He knows he's got all he can handle. Let's listen and see what he has to say to himself.
That's gone.
Yeah, he said that's gone.
Scout all the way, maximum power, scooting right across the lane to snap out that 10-pin.
The Power Scout, the headpin. Center your screen. Don't take your eyes off the headpin. Here it goes to the left-hand wall. Now it's going to come across your screen to the right and just literally body block the 10 out. The power player against power. We've got the match that we've been looking for.
This is exciting.
Charlie Standish trails by 21 at this point. Glen Meece perfect through 3.
I have some big news too, David, on those Miller products. I'm going to tell you about it in a few minutes.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat. Can you do it again?
Yeah.
Ball back.
Right.
He's using the oil in the middle of the lane.
There's a double. 3rd and 4th frame filled up for Charlie Standish. Glen working on 3. It is great footwork.
Great footwork. Watch the ball coming out of his hand right here. Out onto the lane a little bit, but the good, clean, smooth roll. What a great shot. Thanks, guys. Glen Meece, on the other hand, gets the ball further out onto the lane, straps it even harder. The roll is very similar, but the lines that they are playing are very different, Jen. Glen Meece is playing the lanes fairly deep, and we're just not used to seeing anybody play that deep, but he can bring the ball back.
I was talking to Cliff Ott from Miller, and he tells me they have a new beer coming out, Miller beer. The old formula is going to be the same, but it's going to be High Life. It's coming out this summer, so look out for it. He said it is tasty.
I hope to try that out as soon as possible. Glen easily bringing back the spare in his fourth frame. The advantage now goes to Charlie. Double working, third and fourth frames. Charlie comes up on the right-hand lane in just a minute, but Glen Meece, he really needs to keep on striking. Let's see how deliberate he is with this shot. I think he wants it. Set, ready, and he goes. Deals well out onto the lane. Yeah. Kathy, when did you have that?
That's the little Sprague baby.
Oh.
Oh, she made it cry. She did, and I'm just teasing. There's two babies here.
Yeah, that one's fine. Don't go pick on
Kathy, quit pinching that baby, would you? Kathy's a wonderful mother to two fine kids.
Ooh.
Both guys going extremely high.
There you hear Charlie commenting on his own shot. Just a lousy shot. People are human. You are going to make mistakes. The champions recover from the mistakes with a spare and then hopefully a good shot in the next round.
It is so important to forget about your errant shot. Get on with the game and start your strikes all over again.
Let's look at the Miller BPA scoreboard, and we're going to see a deficit of 11 pins. Standish at this point trailing by 11. Meece has a strike up. That's better. Much better.
There you go. Going for a very direct line right at the pocket. David, Glen Meece, his form reminds me so much of Pete Weber. Let's check out Charlie Standish going firm right down the line here, and then we'll look at Glen Meece.
Listen to those, folks.
There you go. Throw that shot.
Yeah, have a little conversation with yourself.
But watch this. Pete Weber, very slow, deliberate feet, very high backswing.
Oh, he's getting into the match now. He can smell the money. He can smell the title. And if he wins, he goes on for 2 more weeks. Let's watch Glen Meece. The high backswing. Look how high it is. It's over his head, plants his foot, and it just rips the ball through. It almost goes to the arrows on a fly, fills up the 1-3 pocket. Every pin in the pit doing its job. He moves to the left-hand lane with a double working.
Very aggressive right now, concentrating immensely. Hitting his mark, getting the ball to go down the lane, make it a triple right here and put a lot of pressure on.
Look at that, going all the way out to the arrows with that, and it carries one late. The 4-pin was up, and then it disappeared.
A little whirly bird action out of him after that last shot struck.
Watch this going out, almost gets to the arrows on a fly, cuts back in. The 1-3 pocket's filled up. It's too deep. That's the 2-pin going to the wall, dealing a blow to the 4-pin. It's out of here. Charlie needs to stay on the strike train.
Not quite.
Not quite, and he knows he can just feel it slipping away. The momentum has shifted to Glen Meece. It's actually been with Glen Meece, but it's starting to build. He uh-ohs more than anybody I know and still makes the spare.
I have to confess, I do that too a lot.
Yeah, okay. last year when you appeared on the show, you had quite a few comments to yourself and to the people. What was that? A motorboat?
A horse.
I had a lot of strikes there.
Mr. Ed. Now let's listen in again, see if he can talk his way into a strike in the 8th frame. Here it comes. Well, the minute it comes off his hand, he knows. Any of the better bowlers know. And Glen Meece knows that if he continues to strike, he will be our king for week number 10 as he pats rosin on his gripping area there. And you're allowed to do that, Jim. We had somebody write me one time that that's illegal to put something on the ball surface. That's correct. But if you wipe off the ball surface before you throw it, it's fine. Wow. Most human beings would have gotten 6.
3.
Maybe
that was
3.
My shot.
Maybe 3. Glenn walks away with a 9 count and a fairly easy split.
Very fortunate to leave the single pin spare. Look how wide this ball goes. Look, it just tries to make it back. It actually connects with the head pin. That's revolutions.
If we had one of those fancy telestrators that the big guys have, we'd put a mark out on the lane and show you how far out he's actually throwing the ball. Yeah, just squeaks by.
There's Betty Volker, fresh off her 648 series in lead.
Now let's see if you can see it this time, folks. Watch how far out on the lane the ball goes before it even hits the wood. It's going to be a good 6, maybe 7 feet before it touches the earth again. Glen Meece sets up on the left-hand lane. It's the 9th frame. He knows to salt it away, he could use a strike rate.
Got it in. The baby split 3-10.
The problem with elevation, as Glen Meece uses to delay his roll, is that sometimes you get out of the ball a little late. Watch this, folks. Just watch on how far out on the lane it goes before it touches. Right? It's still in the air, still in the air, still in the air. Look at it.
Wow.
About 8 or 9 inches before the arrows.
Great shot on that camera work.
More of our crack crew doing a good job, huh? As he fits up the 3-10 split. Great shot by Glen Meece. This game is still Glen Meece's game to win or lose. Charlie's position is very, very easy to figure out. He's got a strike in the 9th and all 3 in the 10th to put any pressure on Meece. Let's listen in as Charlie talks his way either in or out of this match. He was actually counting his steps.
Come on, carry!
Very disappointing.
Oh, well.
I've never heard that before, where he physically counted his first 2. Let's listen to this over. He was actually counting his steps.
Come on, carry!
I was always taught, Dave, growing up, that when your timing is too fast, that is something that you can do. Physically count your steps to make yourself go slower.
Well, while we were watching the replay, you missed him making his spare, but for all intents and purposes, this match is over. Even if he strikes out in the 10th frame, he's going to go in at 217. Glen Meece, without throwing a ball, is at 205. So it's not mathematically over, but he's got to strike here, or it is mathematically over also. Can he do it?
He had that left lane figured out.
Why can't I throw it earlier, huh? Disappointing. That's for sure. But Charlie, you've given us 3 great weeks of bowling. We thank you.
One thing to remember, too, is that Charlie will be eligible. He'll have to requalify for the finals.
Hey, that does it. Our match is over. We'll come back and recap in just a minute, but Glen Meece is our champion for this week number 10. Stay with us. We'll be giving the money away in just a minute.